because all the whale players are looking for is an uninterrupted flow of resources from their guild. Because me by myself, no matter how good I am, and I am barely above average, by the way, I am barely above average when it comes to this game. No matter how much I spend, I'm an average spender at best. No matter what those two things are, I can't do anything in this game without a guild. You just can't.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
In today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about how to be a good guildie. The things that you need to be doing every single day to show that you can contribute. I love this loading screen, by the way. Absolutely love it. The main thing that a lot of players struggle with, especially new players, is gaining an audience with a guild that is competitive. Okay, now competitive can mean a lot of things to a lot of different people, but you have to make the best. You have to have a resume. Okay, you have to set yourself up for success. And there's a lot of stuff that can be done every single day in Hero Wars to develop your account, build your heroes, build your titans, build your other units like pets, relics, talismans on Hero Wars Alliance. But the main thing that you need to do is show that you can provide consistency to your guild. But before we get into that, a quick word from our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. If you're looking for a new idle game to try with an amazing story, hundreds of champions that look like they jumped off the pages of your favorite fantasy novel, and some of the best collaborations that this community has ever seen, then Raid Shadow Legends is the game for you. And we have partnered up to get you started. 3 free legendaries, 3 free epics, a perfect starting point for your Raid Shadow Legends journey. For simply finishing the tutorial, you're going to get Corrado Fox Hunter, an excellent legendary attack champion. Use my promo code Demon Slayer in the promo code section on day 1. You're going to get Tholan Foulbeard, another legendary attack champion. By the way, this guy is absolutely gorgeous. And logging in 7 days in a row, you're going to get a 3rd legendary attack champion, Michelangelo. This collaboration does end on the 13th, so you better act quickly. Now, those are our 3 legendaries, but what about those 3 epics? Tagoar is an excellent speed up champion, a reviver. This is the first key support that you're going to need for your team. Then you add Uugo, one of the best epic supports in the game. She provides a huge debuff to enemy teams. And finally, to round it all out, an excellent tank in the Grizzled Jarl. These 6 champions are going to be everything that you need to go really far in Raid Shadow Legends. If you want to join me, there's a URL in the description box down below. There's a QR code up there in the top right-hand corner if you are on your phone. Download and try Raid Shadow Legends today. Let me know in the comments if you do. You can come join my clan. So what does that look like? Let's talk about the daily tasks that you can do every single day, every single week even, to make sure your guild or a prospective guild can count on you, all right? Because you don't always want to be in the same starter guild you're in. I love my guild. The culture is perfect. We have a great culture in our guild, and we don't take the game too serious, which is exactly what I look for in a game like this. But you might want something a little bit more serious. You might be in a Bronze League guild. You might be trying to gain the attention of Silver League guilds that are recruiting. You might be in a Silver League guild looking to move up to a Gold League guild. And the main thing that you really need to pay attention to, there's 2 things you have to pay attention to first, and that's activity and Titanite. Okay, activity and Titanite every day is kind of where it starts. Of all of the daily quests to earn guild activity points, the quest itself doesn't really reward you with that much stuff. Some runes, some gold, whatever. But it's something that you want to do every day. Guild activity contributes to the overall score, which contributes to the gifts that you get overall. Here we go. Let's go to overview and let it load again. Let it load. There we go. The more activity you get, the more rewards that your guild gets in a given day. And the same thing can be said for Titanite. All right, you have 2 main things that you have to grind for. You have Titanite, which matters in the dungeon. I'll show you that in a second. And guild activity. All right, so in the dungeon, of course, the higher you get, the more stuff that you get from your guild. All right, the deeper the dungeon collectively that you get into, the better. Okay, so that is kind of the baseline. So you can take a look at this, and there's one on Hero Wars Alliance as well. You can take a look at the statistics. You can take a look at this. You can screenshot this and you can be like, hey, check it out. Check it out. If you were Remedy, let's say hypothetically you were Remedy. Look at the kind of work that I put in. All right. Look at the energy. I'm sorry. Look at the Titanite that I'm gaining every single day. Look at the activity, the guild activity that I'm putting in every single day. Screenshot these over the course of a couple of weeks or what have you. And that is where it starts. Okay, that is where it starts. Then you have the more complex things. I want to talk about first and foremost the city of Asgard, because that is quickly winding down. Every week you have the goal of fighting off all of these minions. Okay, your guild is counting on you to fight off all of these minions. Do this every single week. Collect screenshots of you doing this every single week. You go into the log. You can see morale points, right? I'm going to give a huge shout out to Rain Man, Killing Time, Abnormal. These guys, they're going the extra mile and paying a little extra, right, to get the extra guild morale. If you don't buy the subscription, the Asgard ticket, then the best you can do is getting that 1,000. But if you can show that you do that every week, you know, you can be counted on to do this every single week. And let's quickly run through this because we do have a very limited time left. We have about 16 minutes and some change to finish all of this. If you can prove that you can be a contributor to the guild, even if you're not a heavy hitter, even if you don't have the best 15 heroes maxed out, you can show that you can provide for the guild, because all the whale players are looking for is an uninterrupted flow of resources from their guild. Because me by myself, no matter how good I am, and I am barely above average, by the way, I am barely above average when it comes to this game. No matter how much I spend, I'm an average spender at best. No matter what those two things are, I can't do anything in this game without a guild. You just can't. You just can't. So doing the things that you're supposed to do every week is important. City of Asgard boss fights. I'm sorry, City of Asgard minion fights. And then when the boss fight starts, doing all 5 of your attacks. Okay, doing all 5 of your boss attacks every single week. You can take screenshots of that, and that will be a contributing factor into you getting into the, into you getting into a nice guild. So those are kind of the high level, did I just whiff on that? Those are kind of the baseline things that you need to do, okay? You just need to show up. Showing up is such a huge deal. In life, not just in Hero Wars, showing up is half the battle. Now, taking this one step further, as soon as I finish this, I'm gonna say one more thing about this. And again, huge shout out to 6174. Very peculiar Discord name, but that's okay. Shout out to that individual for giving me this idea, reminding people that, you know, we're not all in the guild that we're going to end up in. Like, I don't expect my guild to go anywhere anytime soon. I just don't see it. Like, we're going to lose a player here and there. We're going to gain a player here and there. But not all of us have been playing together for, 5-6 years like we have. The next thing that you want to do, because yes, again, the daily quests do matter. They do matter, but really only the Titanite and the activity matter to your guild. The next thing that you want to do is making sure that you're doing these guild quests. Okay, doing these guild quests every day gives you the prestige currency, which your guild, the more of these are all shared by the guild. So collectively, our guild has unlocked all the way up to rank 24. Okay, so the more prestige daily quests, the more of these prestige quests that I do, you can show, your contribution down here, right? Very low for the guild, by the way. Haven't really played much in October. You can I guess you can screenshot that at the end of the month and show what your contribution is to the overall total. I guess you could do that. But it's another thing that you can do every single day. And, by the way, working the quests towards the prestige, this generally gets you through basically every daily quest anyway. You can spend a lot of money on it, but I don't think most players spend as much as you. I would say that I'm definitely about average in spend, though. The average spend is about $92 per month. And I don't spend $92 per month. Some months, yes. Most months, no. This doesn't really solve the issue of finding an active guild, though. There are Discords for that. The official Discord, my Discord has got a guild recruitment channel in it. All of these daily quests do ultimately matter. But the ones that matter the most to your guild, Titanite, activity, and all of the guild quests. All right. If you can get those done and you can prove to a guild, that's going to put you one step above other internet strangers, because that's all we all are. Internet strangers, right? That's all we all are. Consistency is how you are successful as a guild. Showing up, obviously spending a lot of time or money or both to level up your heroes and your titans, having the right heroes and titans leveled up in a given situation. All of that is important, yes. But we're not all going to be guild champions on Guild War Day. That's just not the case.